wanted to recommend my favorite books to you today. Must read books. Let's start off with the one I'm reading right now, Official Stories by Liam Sheff. This book is super juicy. It's guaranteed to break your skull wide open. It's a real eye-opener. If you're the type of person that doesn't like being lied to and you are a truth seeker, this book is for you because it deals with a variety of topics. Lies, and more lies. And it basically details everything in each chapter on each subject in a way that it becomes irrefutable. They talk about JFK, Shakespeare, CIA, HIV, polio, is America fighting for democracy around the world, Darwin, Big Bang, how our planets formed, the official stories. This is really juicy. I couldn't recommend. You need to read this yesterday. Okay, so my next favorite book is more like an encyclopedia that I think that everyone should have, because it talks about a bunch of illnesses, and even if you injure yourself, psychological and emotional reason why that would be a point of injury, I guess you could say. So it's called Metaphysical Anatomy. It's by Yvette Rose, and well, it's like an encyclopedia. It literally goes through this will give you a doctorate right here. So I have this on hand, and anytime something happens to someone, I look in and I go, oh, hemorrhages, you have a hemorrhage? And then your circumstances left you stuck in a state of fear. You can't seem to find a place within the family and social life. You may feel that your fragile foundation is beginning to cave in. If you're a therapist or a psychologist or a psychiatrist, certain questions to ask and how to dive deep to resolve the emotional issues that are underlying physical ailments. Also, if you ever want to cleanse, the only cleanse I ever recommend is this cleanse right here, the liver and gallbladder miracle cleanse. This cleanse is not a joke. As you can see, I have post-it notes so I can reference. I've highlighted passages. You need to read the whole book. You need to read the entire book, because this cleanse is I'm sure you can just Google, which I don't recommend people Google anything anymore for other reasons, but you can DuckDuckGo or Brave or Torrent or find a different search engine and find the recipe and how to do the cleanse. But there's so many do's and don'ts inside of this. You don't like apple juice, you can use cherry juice, and if that doesn't work, you can use apple cider vinegar watered down. If that, you know what I mean. There's all different types of recommendations in the book, and it's good for everyone. If you've ever encountered a toxin in your life, if you've ever drinking alcohol, definitely do this cleanse. This cleanse has results. So you'll actually physically see your gallstones and your interhepatic stones, which aka liver stones, exit your body. And it feels like little bubbles coming out. But this isn't a joke. So it's like doing surgery at home. You gotta follow this book to the letter, and you need to read the book before you jump into the cleanse, because you could actually hurt yourself. So I don't want you to do that. So take your time and read, and then schedule the cleanse. This is the best. Get this book. It's also on my blog. I like this cookbook. We actually got it for Christmas one year. My husband and I went plant-based and have been plant-based for about 7 years. The only reason why I'm saying plant-based is because people have such an aversion to the word vegan, but we're effectively vegan, 99%. But this is great for anyone, really, if they have vegan friends they want to have over for dinner and they don't know how to cook, or you just don't know how to cook and you want to try something a little bit healthier and cruelty-free. If you want to do a cruelty-free or meatless Mondays or something like that, and most people are allergic to dairy anyway, Rowan Thompson Express bestseller. It's got lots of great recipes in the book, and it's got colorful language. So it's not for the kids, but it's kind of for the kids, you know what I'm saying? I like that one. If you want to get spiritual, one of the best self-help books if you're having an issue with loving yourself is Shadows Before Dawn. This is a manual on how to love yourself. This woman, Teal Swan, I'll just read the back a little bit. Extrasensory abilities, and in the Mormon religion, if you're a female and you have extrasensory abilities, you were a product of the devil. But if you're a guy, it comes from God or Jesus or whomever. She was targeted by a local cult and endured 13 years of the most heinous abuse possible, and she was able to heal. So her story is incredible. It's crazy, and the symbol, and I have my own little sticker on there because long story. Yeah, so she was able to find self-love, and if she can, then the average person that didn't suffer horrific abuse that makes Silence of the Lambs look like a trip to Disney World. I mean, she's the expert on healing effectively. You can follow her YouTube, but this is one of her best books. She's got a bunch. Most of her books are great if you have an issue with loving yourself. And this one I don't even think I can show. So it's by Alex Berenson. I'm just going to show the top. There we go. It's a booklet. I have all 4 booklets, but I got one of the first 3 booklets on an Audible, but I got this one, a physical one, because I thought it was important. We're talking about clinical trials, but Alex Berenson. This book is crazy. Disclosure 101. This one is by Anna von Reitz, your favorite grandma from Alaska. How the U.S. government became a private corporation, and all the semantic deceit, and the Constitution, and historical records, and the Vatican, the IRS, the IMF, the Federal Reserve. So I'll just read some of it. Unknown to those same American nationals, the corporations masqueraded as their lawful government use their voluntarily application for Social Security benefits to obtain a veiled general power of attorney hidden in the SS5 form and seize control of their estates. They then set up 2 accounts in their names, quote-unquote, one administered by the quote-unquote IRS for the Federal Reserve and the other administered by the IRS for the International Monetary Fund. One account is set up as the debt side account following the familiar pattern 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The other account is set up as the credit side using the same numbers without hyphens. Nothing will ever change until we do. So this is kind of a good manual, the American Republic. Let the unlearned learned, and the learned delight in remembering. And then the last and final book I have on Audible, it's Women's Bodies, Women's Wisdom by, I'm not even going to call her a doctor because that means something else now that I've read some of these books. Doctor is C jurisdiction. She is an OBGYN, Christiane Northrup. Basically, if you're a woman or you're becoming a woman, you need to read this book. If you're a man and you seek to understand women, you need to read this book. I'm sure I have other books that I can recommend, but those ones are on the top. Go get them, get a hard copy. They used to burn books, now they just take them off Amazon. And actually, this booklet right here, when it first came out, I'm not even showing the cover, but when this book first came out, the first part of the series, it's all about what's going on in 2020, as a hint. 2021, 2020. Someone had completely changed the inside and received a book, not on the subject, but it was called How to Scam, which has nothing to do with the book, but, the elite have some other ideas and are trying to do tricks nonstop. It's a crazy world. This is World War III, if you don't know that already. If you follow me, then you're probably the black sheep of the family and you're looking for answers. So hopefully that will help you, get to reading and get off your computers.